In Western Honduras, the leading cause of death among women is not breast cancer. It's not cervical cancer, and it's not heart disease. It's domestic violence. But in a culture where violence against women has only been addressed for the last decades, most abuse continues unpunished and tolerated in silence by society as well as its victims. Marley Navarro is a forensic doctor for the city of Santa Rosa de Copan, Honduras. This case involves a 3-month-old baby. He was brought by the mother to the hospital with fever. The mother is 18 years old and the father is 20. She told us that she found the father holding the baby by his feet, hitting his head and body against the wall. The baby was in the hospital for 10 days, and then he died of multiple internal injuries. Well, this case was taken to court, and I was asked as the prosecutor if I could support it. I agreed and presented all these disturbing pictures as proof against this case. The pictures show how the little body is very swollen with multiple bruises. I, as a mother, felt very moved and cried when I saw the baby. In court, the parents denied any abuse against the baby whatsoever, but the mother had contusions on her face. The grandmother witnessed the abuse and testified against her son. Many children witness and experience abuse in their homes for their entire childhoods. Since about 2000, my husband has been drinking and changing. I could not come home late from my job because he got angry easily. Problems got worse to the point that he was beating me. I used to sleep in the same bedroom with my kids because they were always afraid. My little girl, who was 8, would defend me when her dad attacked me. He beat her, too. I ran to my neighbor's house and they helped for a while. My neighbors told my children to get out of the house and run to them so they would not listen to and witness violence. This didn't last long because my husband became violent toward them and threatened the neighbors. They have been scared to help us since then. She presented domestic violence charges against him, but the court ordered precautionary measures or a probation of sorts for a second time. After repeated beatings of his wife and daughter, in addition to attacking them with a knife, this man was sent to jail for 1 year, but escaped. Another victim tells her story after being assaulted with a machete, fracturing her skull. My husband was very angry that day, so I asked him to go. He struck me with his machete. I fell, but got back up. After he struck me the second time, I don't remember anything else. He only stopped because I didn't move anymore. My neighbor found me in a pool of blood and took me to the hospital. I was practically dead. Her husband and attacker was not arrested, even though he cracked her skull open with the machete and continued to stab her to see if she was dead. Another woman describes abuse so bad at the hands of her boyfriend that he dislocated her hip. While she recuperated for 3 months, he continued to assault her. He insisted I was faking it. Sometimes he locked me in the bedroom where he continued beating me. He dislocated my right shoulder. That's why I can't move it very well. Last night, he came home drunk and kept hitting me on the back of the head. He tried to strangle me. I wasn't breathing. People came to help and revived me. This morning, he began beating me and tried to strangle me again. She explains that she has been so afraid of her boyfriend, that's why she never did anything until this morning. When he left for work, she filed a complaint with the police and moved in with her aunt. That may not be enough. CAMO is partnering with the Honduran Citizens Commission for Women on providing refuge where women and children can escape immediate danger. Adela Mejia Riviera is a juvenile judge on the commission. The community needs to be more involved and accept this issue as a problem that affects our community. Our goal for the shelter is to help women and children realize they are not alone and there is hope and that they don't have to be afraid. There is something else they can do to survive the crisis. This will be a big change. A place of peace and safety where they can take shelter. The cost to build and operate the shelter and family training programs is $640,000. The local Honduran government of Santa Rosa donated the land for a women's shelter. The Honduran Congress approved $52,000 for the funding of this project. But it's people like you who will help us build the rest. so we can begin to dismantle the cycle of violence and provide a safe haven. So won't you help us reach out and bring hope to families who desperately need it? For more information on CAMO's Women's Shelter, visit our website at www.camo.org and learn how you can help to bring hope to the forgotten.